Hello the internet and welcome to episode 4 of Creative Minecraft. Today we are working on the Taylor Swift village turned town again. And today we're doing what is, I think, technically the biggest build within this entire thing right now, because we're going to go back and do more to the Speak Now castle at some point. But this is currently probably holding the record for the biggest build in the sense of there is a lot going on in terms of colour palette, because the Lover House, for anyone who isn't, like, a Swiftie, is, like, I'm not really sure how to explain it. I can't for the life of me remember where it came from, but it's, like, the different eras each have a room, or, like, a hallway in the case of a few of them. And I decided, let's build that in Minecraft. Now, building in The Sims makes sense, right, because you can paint both sides of the wall, but to do it in Minecraft, you have to have it 2 blocks thick to have the different colours, and yeah, that was fun because it basically means it ends up being much bigger than actually anticipated. And I also built the rooms too long, so I had a lot of work to fill the spaces. So the majority of this build is just trying to find different colours and textures that match what I can see from a really dodgily small picture I had up on the side of my laptop screen. I cut a lot of footage down because otherwise it was going to be like a 10-15 minute long video, and we're not doing that. So I realised a bit too late that the room I had done as Midnights was actually meant to be Speak Now, but to me the colours looked more blue than they did purple, so Speak Now gets a corridor. And I'm not going to ever go back and change that because I cannot be bothered to, like, completely redo all the walls and stuff. Plus, I feel like there's less options for, like, purple blocks within the same colour palettes. So it made more sense to just go with doing Midnights as what was meant to be the Speak Now room. And we don't talk about that anymore because I realised it way too late into the build. I think it's probably around this point, which was, like, well over an hour into it. So I started off originally by trying to do the exterior as grey concrete and then realised that that was a really bad idea. It looked really dull and boring. So currently, it's just birch. I'm going to do something to try and, like, break up the front of it because the texture's really boring, whether that'll be vines or glow lichens or a combination of. Maybe some glowberries coming off the roof to kind of, like, just help make it look less blocky and horrible. I don't know. So on the second floor we then have Folklore, which is a hallway, and then I started using a lot of ladders, and just above that you then end up with Evermore, and I kind of built up one section and then did the next, and it's a bit of a mess trying to build this. And also on the second floor you have Fearless and Red. I really like the block colours that I picked out for Red, because they are actually quite different to what I did for the original like album section on this Minecraft world. They're more muted to match the album covers, whereas this is very bright reds, really nice colours. I don't use a lot of the nether-based bricks a lot on here, probably because I forget they exist. That was well timing that I said it around the point that we did Lover, because there's a song called I Forgot That You Existed. I don't know what we're going to do as the next build for the Lover section, because there's, like, a little bit of area left, so I'm going... Oh, that was me hitting my microphone again. I need to stop doing that. The roof, I've cut the footage for, but I'll tell you this, I started off doing it with half slabs and then realised that's not going to work. I need to go back in and change it, and I did it just as regular blocks, and I kind of had to work out where the top of the roof would ultimately go to, because that then determined the heights of a couple of the rooms. And for the reputation section, I decided against using black concrete for any of it, I think. I really hope that's going to end up being correct, because I find that really difficult to look at when I'm building. So you get grey concrete. Oh, actually you can see here where I started messing around with doing the half slabs and ultimately went back and changed it. A, because it didn't look right, because I'd messed up the maths somewhere, and every time I tried to fix it I just made it worse. I don't actually remember if I ever did fix it. And also trying to blend the walls into it just wasn't going to work, and I didn't want to have to try and figure that one out. So you get what you get on this channel at times. The roof bit's kind of boring because I kept going around and looking and working it out, but I'm using, it's either polished deep slate or deep slate tiles, and I can't remember which one I actually picked. What else did I do? And then I went in and filled up the rest of the walls, trying to just get the shapes in, and by the time you see the next video for this, all of the exterior wall and birch will already be done, because I wanted that done and out of the way, because that just makes for really boring footage. And I've done my best to cut that from here, but I think I've missed a few bits because it kind of suddenly keeps appearing. And the thing with having 2 block thick floors is that when you then have to go in and fix one that's on the... Oh, I just dropped a pair of scissors. When you go in and fix one that's on, like, regular concrete and you have to take a block out, you end up just dismantling half the floor above, which I would later end up doing when I realised I'd put stuff in the wrong position, and it wasn't fun to fix because I had to go and get rid of the... I think it's actually for the 1989 section. I think that's the only... Did I use only concrete powder there for floor? I don't remember. I mean, we're 6 minutes into this video. I don't really know what I'm exactly doing on the build. I recorded this a while back, actually. How far was it? This is like a week ago. 2 weeks ago? Something like that. I surprisingly liked doing the, like, little rooms here that we're currently working on for Lover and 1989, because A, they were really nice bright colours, but they weren't like super duper bright, but also they had a really interesting shape, and making sure that I built physically high enough that when I then added in the roof and the floor, there would be at least 3 blocks, because if you only do 2 in Minecraft, the houses feel really cramped, and I don't like it when you walk in and it's like, oh, this is cramped and boring and horrible. So obviously, yay. I like the skylights. Note to self, we need to use more skylights in Minecraft, but I don't do that anywhere near enough. In fact, I think this is the first time I've done skylights on anything that isn't just flat roofed. And hey, this obviously isn't going to be a flat roofed build, as we've already established. But I mean, this thing's like a flipping mansion. We'll be decorating it in the next episode, but if you've got this far, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again next Sunday. Goodbye, the internet.